Red Faction!
Hey everyone, I'm Goober, and as you may have guessed, you're watching Red Faction, a 2001 first-person shooter game set on Mars. Red Faction has you take the role of Parker, an insurgent miner who's fed up with the working conditions on Mars and joins the Red Faction rebellion to rise up and overthrow the evil Ultor Corporation.
Ultra's rushing forces in to block the mines and keep the rebellion from spreading.
Red Faction's claim to fame has always been its fully destructible environments, an aspect that's remained true to the series over more than a decade and 3 sequels. Now, I've been playing Red Faction personally and developing for it for the better part of 2 decades, but up until very recently, I had no idea that back in 2003, someone made a fan-made Red Faction game using Tim Sweeney's ZZT engine. So when I saw it, I had to give it a try.
Give us the antidote for the plague and we'll let you live.
Now, the first thing I noticed about this game is it has no music, so let's fix that. Alright, so welcome to the demo of Red Faction on the ZZT platform, made by Master Raze. Let's get into the game. Now, I've played this game a lot getting ready for this video. I'm recording footage for this video. I still don't know what the point of this little sequence is, where you kind of like go down to the bottom of the screen with a mirror image at the right-hand side of the screen. But you gotta go through it before you get to the game's main menu, so be aware of that. I really don't know why, but there you go. Alright, we have made our way to the main menu. Now, the main menu in this game, the controls anyway, are really laggy and not very intuitive. I don't really understand why, because the controls in the rest of the game aren't this laggy, but there you go. Now, reading the info page for this game, it becomes pretty evident that the author of this fan-made game decided to base the story a lot more on Red Faction 2, where you're Alias overthrowing Sopot as opposed to Parker overthrowing Ultor, but the gameplay itself has a lot more in common with Red Faction 1, with destructible walls and what appears to be mines and, you know, barracks and that sort of thing. Help me, here we go. Alright, so reading through this, basically, blow up walls to find cool stuff, watch out for laser traps, heat-seeking missiles, and turrets. Got it. Alright, let's get into the game. This is the kind of thing that I'm talking about when I say the menus are unintuitive. I haven't played a lot of ZZT games, so this might be standard, but it took me forever to realize that I had to move right twice in the menu to enter the passage to join the revolution and start the game. So starting the game, I arrive at the Red Faction base after Molov has radioed saying that the Red Faction is under attack, and it's my job to save them. Okay. Okay, so I can hear distant gunshots, heavy firefights taking place, the army's human, they outnumber me, I gotta take care of them all, then I gotta meet up with the Red Faction leader and kill all the opposing forces. Alright, that shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, if the door's locked and I know Red Faction, that means I gotta figure out some way to blast my way around it. I gotta figure out which ones of these tiles let me destroy them. Looks like these ones do. So at this stage, I'm pretty confident that this game is not actually meant to be replicating any of the environments from either Red Faction 1 or Red Faction 2. He's just basically taking the story and the concept and making a new game out of it. Okay, we have our first enemy. Now, the enemies in this game are kind of interesting because all of the bullets cancel out each other, so sometimes you just get into firefights with enemies where you just kind of have to spam bullets at them to cancel out their bullets, and hopefully there will be enough left after canceling out their bullets to actually go through and destroy them. So from what I'm seeing in the demo at least, and I've played through the entire demo, the enemies in this game are relatively simple. All the AI enemies basically just fire in a straight line at you. Sometimes they try to hit you through geometry unsuccessfully, and occasionally they kind of move around a little differently, but besides that they're all pretty much identical, and they all die to one bullet, so they're not really that hard to defeat. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to track them down, like you can see here though. For the most part, the gameplay in this game works out about what you just saw. You gotta kill enemies to open doors. Occasionally they throw some sort of puzzle at you like this, where I've gotta hit that red button, I've gotta destroy a wall to get to the button, and when I destroy the button I can get past the turret, but that's basically as complex as the puzzles get. There's nothing super difficult in this, just sometimes it's difficult to get through without getting killed. Now coming up here, we have some of the most difficult enemies in the demo, and they're not really difficult because, I mean, they die in one hit. They're really, really obvious what you have to do, but they keep moving around, and that makes them really hard to hit when my bullets are canceled out by their bullets, and I can't really predict where they're going to go because it seems to mostly be random. And I died. See, it's really easy to get overwhelmed with the bullets sometimes. Let's try this room again, and this time I'm coming into it with more health, so I should be able to kill these guys. Well, I took some damage, but at least I got him. Now, I don't know what some of these objects are over here. I think they're just using just random ASCII characters to mean rubble or something. But either way, there's a health pack here, and if I destroy this here, there's an ammo pack. So those are the pickups in the game. Alright, next room. Now, the enemies in this room are largely the same as the enemies were in the last room. They kind of move around in weird directions, make them a bit awkward to hit, but it's not too bad. Over on the right-hand side of the screen there, though, we do have the first, and actually only in the demo instance, of a turret in this game. The turrets can't be damaged by gunfire, and they fire these weird little boomerang things that home to me. I can't really dodge them, I can't kill him, so I kind of have to go behind him, and I take some damage to the bullets while I'm doing it, but either way. Now in the next room, I see these red creatures here, and it makes me a little cautious to want to go there, but, I mean, thankfully I need to get a card to enter this room anyway. So now I gotta go back into the turret again. It's really difficult to get around this guy without taking damage, so I just kind of run out of the room here. Now, this is, at least to me, the most annoying part of the game. We've got the key card we need to get into that other room on the left-hand side of the screen there. But then we've got what I'm assuming are the laser gates I talked about in the intro. They just kind of push you into the wall and kill you. I couldn't figure out if there's a trick to get past them without dying, so I just kind of run as quickly as I can. Sometimes I'm fast enough and they can't get me. Sometimes I fail. I just make sure to save on either side of it. It's not a very good mechanic, if that's the only way to pass it, but either way it works. Alright, back into the turret room. I definitely take some more damage from the turret bullets here. They're really difficult to avoid, and I really don't have any other choice. So getting through the door, I find out that these red characters, even though they're red, are not enemies. They're the other red faction members. So they say a couple of voice lines to me, whatever, not really important. And then I get to talk to the red faction leader, who tells me that the Commonwealth soldiers have my friend or colleague Repta covered, and that they're gonna come and kill all of us once they're finished with him. So he gives me a remote mine, and he opens the gate, and he says to go take care of them. So I go up and I enter the room where I'm supposed to have to save Repta. The first thing I get is this really cheesy dialogue sequence between the soldiers and Repta where he's taunting them and they're taunting him back. It's all really cheesy. But then once I start moving, the first thing that I notice is that I can't kill the guards with weapon fire. So I can't kill the guards, and they've got these blue walls, and nothing happens if I shoot them, and if I move anywhere, they capture me and shoot me down, and then it's game over. So I'm really confused with what I'm supposed to do at this point. So it took me a while, but I figured out what to do in this room. If I walk up to this blue panel here and I walk into it, it gives me a prompt to plant the bomb. I walk down to the other one, it lets me blow up the bomb and kill all the guards and save Repta. And then we get some more corny voice lines between Repta and the player character. Once they're done talking, we can go meet up with the Red Faction leader again, and we can get out of here. So here we learn that Chancellor Sopot has a bunch of additional nano-enhanced soldiers in addition to us that are actually loyal to him and are going to take all of us down. So we need to go and hunt down these soldiers and kill them. So now the Red Faction leader is going to open the door for me, and then we can get going. Well, there we go. That is the entirety of the demo version of the Red Faction ZZT engine fan-made game by Master Raze. I don't actually know if the full version of this game was ever released. I haven't been able to find a copy anywhere. If you know where I could get a copy, give me a heads up, because I'd really love to go through it on the channel. Anyway, if you liked the video, like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Also, if you're interested in the Red Faction series in general, I'll leave a link down in the description below to the Faction Files Discord. Faction Files is the largest remaining Red Faction series community, so, you come have a chat with other Red Faction fans there. Anyway, until next time, later.